this side of the doorway. So knowing this side, I can work out which side is here. It's only going to be narrow, but this side will come to roughly here. So I've got plenty of space to rebuild and shore up the wall from the inside. Same on this side. It'll all be probably concreted in, just to make sure it's all safe. So the next one to cut is this one. Then take off the end of this one, and then this through stone can come out. Again, another big stone. Love them.
As I was saying in the last video, there's a big floor difference between the kitchen and in this basement. The basement will come up a little bit once we get the concrete floor in, but Rob's actually stood on the kitchen floor there, and I'm stood here, so that's the bottom of the wall, and that's where his feet are. So there's a big difference in levels.
Probably 3 foot, something like that.
About 3 foot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're going to narrow this doorway, like Rob just said, because then we can use that lintel as a lintel and put a pillar where the acros are.
Yeah.
So it's only going to have a beaded curtain on anyway on this one to come into this side, so there's not going to be an actual door there, and then there'll be steps down. But yeah, that gives you an idea of the levels. I've started to get some of this rock rose and broom out. That's there, and I've also started on the mimosa, but I'll show you what I've got to do. So that bit there is where the oak saplings are. I do need to still thin some of them out. It was full of brambles and everything in there, and mimosa and rock rose and all sorts. And I left the biggest shooter. So for every single tree. So yeah, some of them are a bit too close to each other, like them there. So we just need to thin them out a little bit to give them a chance. And then this is all the mimosa that I've got to clear out. It's everywhere. But yeah, we'll make a start. I have actually cleared it all from here already, so we'll just work our way down. Just a note about this mimosa, we need to try and get it all down and burn before the fire ban comes in, because this is really flammable stuff, and if it catches on down there with all them little mimosas there, it'll just spread through it. So yeah, we'll get it all down and rid of. Me and Rob came down here yesterday. We were forecast rain, but well, we only had a light shower, so we managed to get all the mimosa down from in here. So it's all just piled up, ready for burning. Still them few trees just there to take down, and then we've got to take all these stumps out. But all that's left really is the rock rose, which I'm hoping I can trim it down. It's a bit tough sometimes, but if we can get rid of it. And we've done all behind that little fence there as well, because the fence has got to go further out eventually when we fence down to the stream. But yeah, much better. And the mimosa's gone. Well, it will be when it's burnt. It's all chopped down anyway. And today that's all the left hand side of the banking done, and if you can see from here, I've started trimming that top terrace where the fruit trees and the olives are. I've not done further up near the mine yet because it's just wet. It's totally wet, so it's hard to trim. But I've started up there, so I'm about a third of the way down there now. But yeah, we'll get there, like I always say. So I've been busy trimming this week while Rob's been working on that doorway. So this terrace is done, and the veggie bit's done. There's just that top one up there to do, and then we're done for now. We're due more rain, so it'll probably explode again. So this is the wall in front of the house that we're building. It's just to retain this banking, because every time it rains it disappears a little bit. So the stones are what we've taken out of the house or off the land so far. We've got a few bits there. There's two that we've managed to roll there, and there's a big pile up there that we need to roll down, but they're quite heavy, so but we'll get them down here. It's all more or less flat and downhill, then we can roll them down. But it needs two of us to do it because they're really heavy. So these are the stones that we're going to attempt to roll. I think this one, I think we're going to keep as a step going down into the cellar. And so there's a couple more to come out yet, so we'll see what comes out. See if we can get some more steps. Three more to go at the moment. Sorry, I'm a bit out of breath with rolling them other ones. But that one there is a big stone. But we can roll it so we can get it down there. This is how hot mimosa burns, and we had a forest of it there to start with. This is all mimosa. Just imagine what that fire were like down there. cool spot. Is that nice, geese? And that's another huge pile, probably another ton once it's done, of wood chip. That took some doing.
And this is what we've got left to cut down into logs to go in a log store. And you know what my estimations are like? So I think it'll take about 20 minutes to do the whole lot. Hey! This is where we're up to with the doorway, the big hole in the wall. I've basically drilled and split some of the rocks. Other rocks I'm having to cut with angle grinders. I have some small handheld and a big 9-inch, I think it is. So it's a combination of drilling and knocking out, or grinding and knocking out. There's this bit to finish off. This rock has to come out, and a couple of bits up here which aren't necessary at the moment, but I'm just making sure that every time I cut something or chip something out, that it's supported below, so nothing moves, which nothing has moved so far, which is really good news. The other side of the wall, when this side is complete, I'll then block it off and go into the other room and work from that side in. I've already put a block in, which I'll show you in a minute, just down here. I've put it in upside down so I can fill it with concrete and then backfill with concrete into the cavity in the middle of the wall and get it in as far as it'll go so it stabilises the wall as I build that wall up. This wall will be block wall and rendered up to where you can see the acros and strong boys, which it will then support this lintel. Then I can take these other rocks out from the other side. It's just a very, very messy job. This is the block I've already put in. It's actually sat on a concrete bed, and that'll be filled with concrete, as I said, and the gap behind will be filled as well. Grinding and drilling causes loads of dust, so we haven't filmed it because I would just disappear in a cloud. It is so dirty. I always wear a mask, goggles, ear defenders as well. I'll show you just how mucky it gets. When we dropped the big rocks out, the floor was covered in rubble, so we didn't think there was any damage, but unfortunately we cracked one of the blocks in the step. But fortunately it's a very easy repair. Hola from drizzly Portugal.
Again.
Again. We've had some lovely weather this week, so we've been very fortunate. Starting to get my tan back, but yeah. So we've had a week of clearing the land, burning excess wood. Yeah, it's been quite non-stop really. Carried on with the big hole in the wall, hoping to get that done this coming week.
Yeah, we hope to get the barn side finished so we can put some plastic over so I can get back in there and get working.
Yeah.
On
And then-
another,
Yeah.
sanding
And then I
job.
can move into the other side of the wall and work on it from the other side without causing all this dust and chaos.
I've got one more terrace to trim and then I'm done for now, but with it raining and sunshine, I'll probably be back at it in another week. You see, it just grows so quick.
Yeah. The other thing we'd like to mention is we are getting close to 1,000 subscribers.
Yay!
No years yet. We're not there yet.
We're close.
And we would like to, as we've mentioned before, do a question and answer section in one of our videos.
It won't be the complete video, it'll just be a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you have any burning questions that you need answering, feel free to ask.
We'll collect them all up and then we'll answer everything at once.
Yeah. But yeah, anything you want to know, we're completely open.
Yeah,
So
just put it in the comments.
yep, and we'll have a do at that sometime in the future when we get to our 1,000.
Yep, looking forward to it.
Yeah.
As you can see, I've got another pile of chipping to do. Yeah, now the wood chips in the chicken coop are doing really well, really well with the wet. It's not getting muddy at all, so yeah, that's working. So if I get a load more, at least I've got something to work with.
And it's apart from the cost of petrol and the cost of the chipper, which was cheap as chips.
Facebook Marketplace.
Facebook Marketplace, yeah. Yeah, it's free.
We're not sponsored by Facebook Marketplace, by the way. It's just we bought a lot of things off there.
We're not sponsored by anybody.
So I think next week we'll just carry on as we're going and see where we get to.
Yeah, do the jobs that need doing.
Try and get all dirty jobs done.
Yeah, and keep plugging away at it. On that note, have a fantastic week. Take care of yourselves, and
Don't forget to put your comments below for the questions.
yeah, and we will see you next Friday. So, ciao for now.
Ciao for now. Bye.
Bye.
Buddy's sulking because we wouldn't let him in while we were filming. He wanted to get in on the action, as per.